that is what is awaiting Bitcoin between 2025 and 2030. And there is a lot of information in this video and in this chart, and I would like you to pay a lot of attention. We are currently in a falling 2-week cycle. If you follow my mouse at the bottom of my screen, I have a cycle indicator right here. And it shows that we're currently in a falling cycle. We're going to fall for another 1 to 2 months. We're going to make a bottom, a local bottom in October 2025. And from there, we're going to go to the blow-off top, which most probably going to happen between November and December 2025. Now, I cannot speculate on the price because I'm a cycle trader. However, I believe that we will go above 150,000, potentially up to 160, 70, or even $180,000. Where are we gonna top for this cycle? Bitcoin moves in 4-year cycle, as you already know, and we're gonna spend another year falling down. Most probably somewhere around 2026, December or November, we're gonna make an ultimate bottom around 100K or 80K area, and from there we're gonna start a new cycle. However, Bitcoin likes to surprise us, and we're not gonna have a very standard cycle this time. The cycle between 2026 and 2030 will be a different one. It will most probably be a left translated cycle, which means that we're going to spend 1 year going up like crazy. We're going to rush all retail participants, going to enter the market. Everybody is going to throw money into Bitcoin, into altcoins. 2027 will be a wonderful year for every crypto investor. However, what most people don't plan is that we're going to make an ultimate top for that cycle as early as the end of 2027 or the beginning of 2008. And there, we're going to go down. We're going to spend 3 years going down in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That is where governments, institutions, and retail people gonna sell their Bitcoin because they think that the Bitcoin dream is over. Now, in order to understand why I'm claiming this and why do I believe that this is gonna happen, we have to understand how financial asset moves. Let's take a look at gold. Now, gold in the early 2000s or 1999 made an actual bottom at about $250. It had a cruel bear market just before that. It collapsed. It went down by about 50%. Well, not really good days for gold, but that's where the bottom was made. And from there, the real fun has started. Bitcoin bottom in the 1999 August, and from there, it started pumping up. Now, it spent about 12 years simply going up. So everybody who bought gold at any given time, they actually got rich. Gold went up by over 600%. It spent 12 years going up with occasional downsides. Yes, here it spent less than half a year going down. It went down by 28%, but everybody who bought the dip actually got rich because right after the dip, Bitcoin surged by more than 100%. It was a wonderful time for gold, okay? But what happened next, nobody expected. Even UBS, which was one of the most respected Swiss banks, thought that gold would go to $2,075 by 2012. In reality, gold needed more than 10 years to actually go above that area. Look, 2024 is when we actually cleared the 2075 area and we started going up and we never came back. Now, why this pattern actually happened and why gold didn't continue going up like everyone expected, but it spent another 5 years going down and another 4 years consolidating at around all-time high levels. The reality is that everything moves in cycles. And if you don't use cycles in your trading or investing, you are going to lose money in the long term. If you're using buy the dip, DCA, or HODL strategy, you're going to lose money for whatever asset you're investing in, even if it's Bitcoin, gold, stocks, or whatever. Now, what is going on with every single financial asset that has huge bull markets when it's going up for a prolonged period of time? This is what is happening with Bitcoin. If I go down in history, I can clearly see that Bitcoin is going up. And sure, it has cruel bear markets in the meantime, but it's going up for more than 10 years. Now, Bitcoin started its trading in 2009. I only have chart from 2013, but you can see we're going up. We went up by 27,000%, which is a crazy number. Sure, we're in a downturning cycle right now, but we're going to switch up and we're going to go up until the rest of the cycle. However, this beautiful story is going to end because when everybody thinks that they are smarter than others, they start leveraging Bitcoin. They start buying Bitcoin in huge quantities like companies and institutions and retail people are all doing right now. But then the top occurs and then the price starts going down because no one else is coming on the boat. You see, Bitcoin, like any other financial asset, is as valuable as the people want to pay for it. But when most of the people are already in the boat and new people don't want to join because it's too expensive or it's not interesting anymore, well, people start selling. People who bought before, investors, early investors, they start taking profits. See, Bitcoin is above 100K, so it's very easy for Bitcoin to actually go down to 50 or 60K because there are so many people who bought here, who bought even at the top of the previous cycle, who bought there, or who bought even last summer. All of them are in profit. And if they sell, price starts to go down. However, I don't think that this is going to happen now. I think that this is going to happen in 2027 or 28 when Bitcoin is going to reach its ultimate top. I don't know about the price. I cannot tell you what will be the price, but what I can tell you is that this is going to happen. And we're going to have a cruel bear market that's not going to take 1 or 2 years. It's going to take roughly 3 years to complete. And everyone, including retail institutions and governments, going to lose trust in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And this will be, ladies and gentlemen, the best time to acquire cryptocurrencies. This will be the golden time, 2030. The bottom of 2030 will be the year which will create the most amount of millionaires and billionaires. And I will be the part of it. And if you follow cycles, you will also be part of it. If you want to have access to these cycle indicators that I use to predict the charts, you have to go to strategymaster.io website. Here, you're going to have access to all cycle indicators. You're going to receive trading newsletter, which I publish 3 times a week, where I discuss how financial assets are going to develop, where gold, Bitcoin, or stocks are heading next. These cycle indicators is the holy grail in crypto. If you want to get rich or if you want to make money, this is what you need to use in your daily trading or investment. You can see from every cycle bottom to every cycle top, we go and make about 80%. And we continue doing so. Am I buying Bitcoin right now? No, I'm not buying because we reach cycle top and we're gonna go down. This is how the indicators actually work. They save us from huge downsides. Here, we reach the cycle top. Here is what you have to sell your trading portfolio. If you're holding Bitcoin, that is totally fine because we're gonna make a new all-time high in November. But if you're not holding Bitcoin, that's also fine because you will have another golden opportunity to enter in October this year. But this video is not about Bitcoin. This video is how gold and stocks are leading the way for cryptocurrencies. Now, why gold is so similar to Bitcoin? Because if you go to the history of gold and you check the years of 79, 81, most of us were not really alive. But we can see a very similar chart that is comparable to the Bitcoin chart. See, this where gold made the top at the end of 79. This is where investors actually thought that gold will retrace and go up from there, but never happened. And gold went down very quickly within the next 2 years. It basically went down by more than 50% in value. It went up once again, it went down. It went up once again, it went down. It went sideways, it went nowhere, just to collapse later on and make an ultimate bottom. Now, if we take a Bitcoin chart and I zoom out and I go up to 2018, what do I see? I see exactly the same situation. However, Bitcoin is moving much, much faster than gold. All this to occur, gold basically needed around 20 years. Bitcoin, less than 2 years. We can see a very similar pattern where Bitcoin makes a top, it basically goes down, retail investors pushing up, they believe that we're going to go up. However, we trap the investors, we then go down, make a bottom, we go up once again, we go down once again, we go up one more time, we get rejected even there, we are consolidating for some time, and then we go down and we make an ultimate low. From there, you know what happens. We go up and crazy bull market starts. Take a look at gold. Exactly the same things happen. We went zigzag right here. We consolidated for a while, we went down, we made an ultimate bottom, and from there a crazy bull market starts. You have to be ready for this. You have to be ready for Bitcoin to actually smash all-time highs very soon, to have a proper bear market like it used to have before, and to go to the one last left translated cycle, which will get most investors crazy, where everyone, your best friend, your grandma, will be investing into Bitcoin. And then 3 hours of sideways action and retracements. This is where everyone is going to lose hope about Bitcoin. So how to actually profit from this market, how to profit by knowing this information. All you have to do, subscribe for Strategy Master newsletter. It's free. Get a paid subscription if you want to get access to these cycle indicators that I use on my daily basis. You can get those cycle indicators by simply clicking here, gift a subscription, or by clicking upgrade your subscription on your screen. You get those indicators, it costs only 42 euros or $49 per month, and it will change your way how you look at the markets. You will start becoming more profitable. You will start making good buy and sell decisions, and you will finally stop listening to all these influencers that just share their affiliate links and make you go pro. If you have questions about cycles, if you want to know a bit more, I'm very passionate about this topic. So simply leave comment down below, subscribe to this channel. I'm committed to create at least 2 to 3 videos every single week where I apply cycles on different cryptocurrencies, gold or stocks, and become the smartest investor in the room. See you in the next video.